morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys so much for being here for Market Check, brought to you by BB. The title of today's show is Bitcoin Next Move Higher? Question mark, end the chop. Well, listen, there's a lot to talk about. I totally understand, frustration, right? How I'm viewing this is very much so still a range. You can maybe view it like a channel of some sort, like Tucker has drawn here. Me personally, I view it as a range. All right, I view it as a range where, again, price, in my opinion, will resolve to the upside. However, every single time we take a stab or a pullback locally into a low, it can feel a little bit exhaustive or taxing emotionally because nobody likes a range low retest. And on the flip side of that, every time we have a local recovery or bounce, everybody thinks that the chop solidation is finally going to end. And I think until everybody is truly exhausted, at their wits' end, nothing left in the proverbial emotional tank, is when and only when we will start to move up. So I think we are getting relatively close to that point, but how Tucker has this drawn is, in my opinion, the correct way to look at this. I don't think that price looks bad. I think it just looks a little bit tired, truthfully. But enough yammering for me. I do want to focus on the technicals here. Oh my. And let's just talk about it, right? Like, let's just dissect as granular as we want to go. I see a lot of charts online, man. I see a lot of people, explaining, very, very loudly that, hey, this right here is just another lower high and we're destined for 52. And I see a whole other batch that are like, no, we put in a deviation of 57. That's the low, and everybody's split, right? And I don't know if we're going to get a resolution this week or next month, but let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Tucker, what are you seeing, man?
Hey guys.
Oh, there's Jackus.
Jeff.
There's Jackus. Everybody rolling in just a little bit late today. I don't know. For the audience, that's why we're late, man. It was me till about 10:04, and then these guys just decided to show up. But
Tucker left me in the waiting room.
I was making a 30-minute absolute masterclass video. What were you guys doing though? What were you guys doing?
Tucker left me in the waiting room for an hour.
Yeah,
Will was eating a breakfast burrito. Jackus was probably making an omelet. He's a chef.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyways.
Busy.
Anyways, I mean, I prefer the range look of it, probably. I mean, I like the bull flag type of view as well, but interesting point. And I know not everyone will use this, but we do indeed. This has to be pointed out, guys. It has to be pointed out, okay? It's probably on the RSI too, right? That there is a hidden bull div on the 3-day chart. All right. I assume it's also on RSI. We'll see. But that, in my opinion, has definitely not resolved yet. God, I hate this RSI MA.
Why did they do that, man? Like, that's not even how you use RSI. I don't understand why they did that.
Look at that. Same thing, right? Lower lows on RSI, higher lows on price, hidden bull div. I like it.
I have a question, guys. What are bros yammering about?
What are bros yammering about?
What are city bros yammering
about? What is bro waffling about?
Not this bro. You guys know what this bro's waffling about. Look, this thing I think looks really, really similar. Like, I think this might be where we're at, man. Even though we're not like at, we're significantly above all-time highs, right?
By the way, that was right when Bitcoin dominance topped last cycle as well.
This one?
Yes, that was the peak of Bitcoin dominance last cycle. So
yeah. I mean, for a while we thought we were here, maybe. I thought we were here. I think it's more likely, given the drawdown and given the duration of this pullback, that we're in this little corrective phase.
But hang on, I actually think it's not even best to compare this cycle to last cycle. I think you go back to the 2017 one, and I see, because of Jackus's cooking, I've seen a lot more similarities to the 2017 cycle.
No, for sure.
Like that, somewhere in that region, somewhere around there. Yeah. Which from a time-based perspective is like Bitcoin halfway done with its move, you know, which is kind of where I think like we're maybe halfway through our bull market.
Let's not forget that in 2017, we also had 2 big alt seasons during Bitcoin going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to like spring out of where we're at, basically, right?
Yes.
Like, there's no reason to go back down here. There's just not. Like, we need to, like, if we're gonna go soon, it's gonna be from here, I think, right? I don't think we need to, like, you know, dribble back down into here. Like, we probably set a lower low then, right? And then go, maybe.
Yeah.
But
that would be really painful, man. I mean, I think, well, here's the thing. 52 is the crowded level. 52 is everybody wants 52. Like all the boys on CT want that perfect retest. That, in my opinion, is going to get front run. But like what you have drawn there, Tucker, is kind of like everybody's wrong. Where I'm wrong locally because I think that the low is already in. But everybody else waiting for 52 or lower is wrong because that gets front run. So 54 is kind of like everybody's an idiot, you know, which I get. But I also really don't think we need to go back down to that low, man. Like that would, it's possible, right? But
I still have a question.
Yeah.
What are CT bros yammering about? I still don't get it. I will keep on repeating.
Dude, I saw someone calling Jackass. I saw someone calling for a $1,200 ETH last night.
Oh no!
I sent you the message.
Oh man, I saw that.
You have?
I sent you the message on Discord. Yeah.
Where?
In our DMs.
I almost spit out a drink when I saw that. Man.
Oh,
don't call. Don't say who it is. Don't say who it is.
Oh no!
Don't say who it is. Don't say who it is.
Oh, how come I'm not involved in this?
It's the DM.
I'll send it to you, Will. I'll send it to you.
Nah, man.
No one say the name. It doesn't matter. No one say the name.
I'm gonna have to say the name.
I don't.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Okay.
Everyone knows what the name is anyway, but I'm gonna say it.
No, I didn't. You didn't have to tell me. I didn't have to look.
I'm just amazed that
I don't even know. I haven't even seen it yet.
But I'm just amazed that I see the market so much differently than certain individuals right now. Like I'm usually not that, like, people view things differently, but like for me to literally think ETH is about to go to 10K and another individual, a seasoned analyst, thinks literally 1,200. I can't remember a time when we've been this far apart. You know, it's shocking to me. Yeah.
There isn't a single logic behind that tweet. It must be just engagement grab. Because
I don't know if it is though.
If he is bullish on Bitcoin, all right, and he's anticipating ETH to go to, wait, what was the target? 200?
1,200.
Then like that math doesn't match up, you know. Doesn't work. Like 1 + 1 = 3 in his scenario.
And I think what some of these analysts that are thinking 1,200, I think what they're doing is they're trying to equate where we're at right now to the June 2019, the June 2019 spot. And the logic behind that is, okay, the Fed finished its pause and actually started cutting interest rates in summer of 2019. And I think some of these people are completely warped when they're trying to apply. They are failing to apply the context and the backdrop to where we are currently at right now, and they're just looking at it from a pure fractaling perspective. Okay. For one, if you think that we're going to get a big sell-off off the back of, you know, the Fed cutting interest rates sooner than the market's pricing in, for one, you know, we just had FOMC. Like the probabilities on when we get our first cut is out there. It's going to be very, very tail end of Q3 or Q4. It's going to be September, October, November, December, most likely at this point. Okay. So even if you are bearish because there's a Fed cut apparently coming soon, which would imply economic turmoil, you're still like 3 months early at a minimum, probably even more. Okay,
it's already priced in. The drop was people anticipating some kind of cut in the future. Like people just.
But one more thing. Additionally, the June of 2019, rally into rally and then cuts, and then we had a major correction. For one, I think that June 2019 rally was more of a reflexive pullback. Part of it was a reflexive pullback because we rallied so hard off of the capitulatory low before that. But additionally, we were still in the middle of our bear market accumulation. Like the amount of time that we had spent down there in June of 2019, we weren't even close to a Bitcoin halving yet. And we'd only spent like a couple hundred days bottomed. We've now broken out of our bear market, accumulation low. Bitcoin has actually even gone on to make a new all-time high. Contextually, I don't think it's anything like June of 2019 at all. At all. Like we just had a Bitcoin halving and Bitcoin just went on to make a new global high. Like I think a lot of people fail to apply context to these fractals. They just say, well, we had price action like this over here, so this is going to happen. And they're not looking at the context of it.
Tucker,
I like this Tucker Nachi line.
Yeah, you like that one, Jackus? That's a good
one. No. We're just throwing lines around in spots.
Hey, look at that, bro.
Yeah, I like it. But listen to what we were discussing before, though. That individual, I'm super convinced, is just engagement farming because he is very big account and he just trying to make noise to bring engagement to his page so that he can sell his product on his page, because like that post lacks logic. It's a brain dead post in my opinion, but it attracts it. Like considering his stances, that's a brain dead logic, and the only reason is that he is engagement farming new people to find new people seeing his content so that he can sell more of his product. That's like the only logical reason I see behind that post.
Yeah, I just don't. I just it's shocking to me to see like the doomer posts right now. Like I don't know. I'm in such a I just like I mentioned, right? Like I literally think that ETH is going to go to $10,000, in the not too distant future. Like it might take a little bit more time, but like I'm targeting 5-figure ETH, okay? And to have some other people literally thinking like the exact opposite of that with conviction. I don't know how we're seeing things so differently, I mean, and I don't know if it's both, both are wrong and like the reality is just somewhere in the middle, right? We do nothing. But I feel like I've put in a lot of thought to this and I don't understand it. Like, look at all the support below us too, man. Like, we spent years building that base down there. So like literally to rip through that and go to like $1,200 doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I just don't, even just looking at like ignoring cycles and the halving and the Fed and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand how we could penetrate that base that we've built like that,
Yeah.
We would have to have COVID round 2 or something. It would have to be a black swan, like something so outrageous that nobody, a nuke would have to drop, something ridiculous.
Like I can understand people that like want to be bearish on ETH BTC, but you cannot be bullish on Bitcoin and bearish on ETH. Like in a sense where you're sending ETH to 1,200 and thinking that Bitcoin goes to new all-time highs. Like that math doesn't work. You can be thinking that Bitcoin goes faster than ETH on the USD terms. All right, I can give you that, but you cannot be thinking that ETH goes to 1,200 and Bitcoin goes to new all-time highs. That's just plain stupidity, man.
You can't. The only way it makes sense, like if you want to be super bearish Bitcoin here and then you're even more bearish altcoins, that makes sense, But if you like, I won't allow you to be bullish Bitcoin and like doomer altcoins here. It doesn't make sense contextually with where we're at in this cycle. It doesn't. Like you can't be like, oh yeah, I expect Bitcoin to go to like 120K, but ETH's going to like $800 or like Doge is going to go to like 5 cents again. That shit it's illogical, That's
Illogic.
literally that's what
Zero
Jack
logic.
was when you said what are CT bros yammering about? That's
Yeah.
the definition of they're just yammering. When they're like, I'm
Yeah.
super bullish Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to 200K, BlackRock's buying, Doge is going to 6 cents. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you don't like, what are you talking about, man? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
And that goes back to my point that they are just trying to bring engagement so that new people see their content so that they can sell their product that they sell on their site. Because, and I'm totally okay with people selling their product, but the thing is that they are using a cheap engagement when they put absolutely unrealistic targets or scenarios to do that. That's kind of the line there, in my opinion. By the way, there was a comment I just read from Crypto Ant. That's a good sign, though, right? Means we are far away from euphoria, aka cycle top. Yeah, man.
Yes.
We spent the last weeks and months checking how, like if we are in any overbought area and like pretty much zero stuff is in extreme overbought levels. Like we are nowhere near euphoria at all. And that's a fact. That's a fact not made from like, hey, I just made it up, but that's a fact based on so many metrics that we use. Obviously not gonna share every single metric that I use right now, but if you guys seen us cooking here and there, you know, if you put the pieces together, you would get an idea. And obviously there is more to that. But yeah, we are nowhere near euphoria at all this cycle.
Not even close, man. You'll know when we're near euphoria because you'll literally start believing that we'll never go down again, you know, and you'll be like, oh, super cycle. Oh, it's real. This time's different. And then you'll just come on here and you'll have to look at me looking back at you going, this time isn't different, man. Sell your coins. This time isn't different.
Yeah.
I'll be the splash of cold water you need.
Man, Max, I remember how hard it was for me to say to take partial profit on meme coins just a few weeks ago, and how much kind of like attack and question I got with that. And so when this like full-blown cycle top comes, and I will try to be like, hey, I'm taking profits, I will feel like an idiot for weeks. And I know it will be super hard, not because of like what I'm seeing in the charts, but because of the people, how they'll be persevering the market, and we are nowhere there yet.
Well, because no one's going to sell the Pico top, right? Like you don't, it's a meme to say you're going to sell the top. We could sell within like, you know, the top region, you know, but what's going to happen is you're going to take profits and then it's going to go up a little bit. And then everyone's big, oh, he's a LARP. He took profits. Look at, we're higher now. What an idiot.
Exactly. And that's going to be the tough part. And I know that. I'm saying that now that I know this period is going to come, and I'll be even questioning myself so much when that comes. But I have to like, I probably have to write it down right now that it's the right move, but it's going to be so hard.
You know,
it's always is.
You know what's even more difficult for me is I just know back of mind, like I'm about to look at how many likes are on the stream right now, and I know I'm going to be disappointed.
Oh no!
I just know it. I know it.
250
oh my
people
gosh,
watching.
Guys, 81 likes. We got 260 people on YouTube with 81 likes, guys. All right, cut the stream. Cut the stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're done. This is outrageous, man. I don't even know if they deserve soybeans today, Tucker. I don't know. I like
cotton candy.
I mean, I could be convinced to maybe talk about cotton candy. I'm not showing soybeans today, man. I'm not gonna. This is outrageous.
Do you see what just happened? Look at the screen. What are we even
yammering about?
Tucker, all I have to say is 1,200.
I mean, look, we're in the same spot. ETH is $300 right now. Look,
you don't understand 1,200, bro. You should study 1,200.
You should study this line that is identical. That is identical to 2019. Look at this thing. It's the same. It's perfect. You don't get that. You don't find that.
Yeah, the market is very cheap right now, and people will realize that much higher.
So
Guys, one thing. I think that Will was going to cook for us. But listen, when Will is serious and he's not actually an audience attacker, he's a great chef and he delivers a great meal. And I do not know what his like button mark is to be cooking like that, but I'm sure he's deserving 200 likes.
Will, did you see that video I tagged you in yesterday on Twitter? That hockey player just like checking the other one.
Yeah, I saw it.
Just throwing himself at the boards, man. Oh, bro. So I saw that, and the first thing that popped into my head was this is Will just like charging the comment section on Market Check.
Now listen,
Will,
guys.
we had you on camera for a second, Will. Where'd you go?
When
I got
Will
bored with the like button.
Oh,
yeah,
you can
I
hear
get
it
it.
in his
See,
voice. He's
guys,
fat.
see what you did. You're legit bored in.
What you did.
Out of the camera. Now we have Allison there. Guys, when Will is on a serious note and he's not an audience attacker, and we love Will the audience attacker because it's fun around here. But when he starts cooking, and we've seen that plenty on the BB Discord, he delivers lots of knowledge and alpha that you want to know. And I know that he wants to cook for you, but the incentive structure is broken on YouTube, on social media. So let's give him 200 likes, guys, 200 likes, and he's going to cook for you big time. Trust me, it's worth it.
Here's the deal, guys. Like, it just takes one moment, you know? Like, you're sitting here already. You're obviously on YouTube. All you got to do is just be like, all right, I'm going to just press a button, you know? I'm just going to press this button. That's all you have to do. And it helps us so much. It helps us so much.
If you had one moment, one opportunity to see everything you ever wanted and press the like button and get the Will Alpha, would you do it? Or just let it slip?
Man. Do it. Yo, Endo. Come on now. All right, anyways. Tucker, what are you cooking up for us here, man?
I mean,
good job.
I mean, what are we even talking about? I just can't, like, there's no more alpha that's needed. Like, look, like,
paint me the bearish case. Like, let's actually
there is no
entertain
bear
this.
case.
No, like there is a case. Come on,
no,
show me the bearish case. Like, I want someone commented on the stream yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, like I love the streams. I learned so much. Like, I'm bullish too, basically, but." You know, it'd be really great if you guys could entertain like the bearish case, just kind of like devil's advocate, you know, as like an exercise. Paint me the bear case, like for real, in a serious capacity. Like,
what does that mean when the trend's against you? What does it mean to be in a bearish case? Like, I don't get why people even want to entertain it. Like, it blows my mind. Your trend is not in favor of bear.
I mean, if we're talking ETH, it would have to coincide with the ETF getting rejected, which I think it probably will.
I don't think that's bearish at all. I think that's bullish.
I mean, I understand it's good to have invalidation.
Right,
I understand it's good to have invalidation, but that invalidation is still far away right now.
Yeah,
like people wanting us to fight trend is so it's so left curve. It's not even funny.
No.
Can you draw a horizontal line from the weekly close in May of 2021, Tucker, like that high?
This is your bullish invalidation, in my opinion.
Right? No. May of to the left before, those highs. Now over to the left, one more high.
It's over.
So that could be, in my opinion, like your range high. Like if we really wanted to get bearish for whatever reason, you know, like you could maybe look at that and just go, yeah, we're in just like a giant range, I guess. But then it's like, how do you even entertain blasting through 2200? Like we spent 550 days basically establishing value and demand below, like even below 2400. Like move that line up, in my opinion, Tucker. Like your line, your 2165 line, move that up right there. That's all of that underneath, in my opinion, is like mega demand, right? So I look at that and I'm like, I don't even know how you could get like high time frame bearish. I think your bear case is literally 2,500. Like you would just go back to that range low right there. I don't think you're, barring a black swan, I don't see how you get below that demand right there. We spent 550 days building that demand.
Can I get the screen real quick?
You have to Tommy the screen. Will.
Wait,
because I got training wheels on.
Wait, Will.
I thought I gave you the login, Will. No. Okay.
Well, you gave two of us the same one, so only one of us can use it.
Well, you cannot just no, not yet.
He can't do it.
You cannot. You have to wait for the people. All right. And we are at 167 likes, guys. The benchmark is 200. Look at Will. He wants to share it with you. He wants to give you the alpha. He wants to cook. It's up to you. Only 30 likes away. Let's do this. Let's do it quickly, guys. I don't want to wait. Let's do it.
There is some really easy ETH alpha that's like literally a 5-year-old could do it, and I'll throw it out there for people. Like the bearish thesis is just dumb. Like the trend's not in your favor to be bearish. It's absolutely not. So like I can't make it any simpler. We can sit there and we can speculate bear trend, but like you're speculating on the wrong side. You're speculating on the side that's not in your favor. So when it's time to be a bear, I'll be a bear, but it's not time.
Are you going to change your name to Will's Bearish Outlook when your time?
No, I'm going to tell everybody I sold the top. I'll change it to Will's top seller.
Are you going to become a short seller, Will?
Look at this.
Bro, I will short this thing all the way down. All the way down. When it comes time to be bearish. Yeah, like bears right now are dumb. Like no offense. Okay, plenty of offense. But
look at that monthly FBG there, Tucker. Look at that monthly FBG we just filled, brother. This is the fill.
Mm-hmm.
That monthly FBG, we're probably right at the mid-range of it too. That is the fill. Why
did we get there yet? Because
yeah, we did. We're definitely.
I'm talking about like likes wise.
Oh, bro, look at that. That's your fill. What do you want?
I'm ready to dunk, and this is.
Yeah, what more do you want?
This isn't getting us there.
We are 25 likes away, guys. 25. We are at 175. We need 25 more likes. The incentive structure is broken on YouTube. Let's get it. Will wants to dunk him.
Interesting patterns.
Just looking at like old fractals.
You don't need any of that stuff, man. It's not hard to see what's going on.
Oh my.
Hold on now.
Who could have foreseen?
Oh no.
That's the
good enough.
That's the 2019 fractal.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea, man.
No. Yeah.
It's but from different time frames.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, either way, higher.
With haste.
With haste, man. With haste.
Look at your window. He gets it.
We are 15 likes away, guys. We are getting there. Very
quick. Didn't want to react.
15 likes away. And Max, you have a saying, right? That there are some people that are just watching and they are like, nope, not gonna press the like button. Not today.
I bet there's somebody out there, Jackus, that has watched every episode of Market Check but has never once liked it. I bet that person's out there.
Like how have you been watching Market Check since the bottom of the bear and telling us to be bearish? Like did people didn't exist in 2022? Is that what happened? Because like I was telling everybody every single bounce was for shorting in 2022. I was like, you see a bounce, just short it. Doesn't matter where it goes. Just short it,
man. I was hammering the piss out of the market in 2022.
Well,
it's so much fun too. Oh my gosh.
It's because people only remember the last months. They do not remember what happened before. So you can listen, if you've been nailing this market for 4 years and even if you nail every single move, you're gonna fail the last one and it'll be an idea. That's how it works here. And then
If I don't sell the exact top.
Listen, if you are a scammer and you've been scamming for 4 years, and then 1 month you start producing some quality content, which I've seen happen, people will forget everything and be like, oh, he's a genuine dude. He done wrong, but he's back now. He's all right. I believe him.
He's only robbed me for 4 years. I mean,
yeah.
Now he says he's going to help me.
Yeah. But no, that's legit what people are saying right now. I've seen that on Twitter. People are thinking that way. You're only as good as your last month in this market. People have a short memory.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, how are we looking on the likes?
Don't.
Dude, unironically, looking at ETH has made me more bullish, which I didn't think.
Guys, 194 likes. We are
Seriously.
6 likes away.
Don't ask what the like button can do for you, but what you can do for the like button. Come on now.
And you can rape it.
Well, I guess, whatever works. Whatever works. Guys, listen, for real. There's five people out there that haven't liked it yet. All we need is 5 likes. All right.
We need one more like. One more like.
This is taking way too long, guys. This is outrageous. We should be looking at cotton candy right now. 200. Will?
200.
You're on the screen. Let's go.
All right, so it's gonna be a little bit cringe. We're gonna kick it through some why you shouldn't be bearish theses. Okay. All right. So this is one. This right here was the bottom. Right. This was the next bottom, and this was the next bottom.
Will, can you explain it to me like I wear a mask in my car when I'm by myself?
Receipts in hand, people. All right. Receipts in hand. That's all I'm saying. All right. Receipts in hand. So bears have been wrong. All right. So let me do a little more receipts for you. How many X's is that? Can we do the X's on that?
That's a 15.
16x.
So that's a 16x. Oh man. Okay. Can we do the X's on that one?
17x.
It's a 17x. Can we do the X's on that one?
That's 1 billion X.
No, Jack, that's 2 billion X. Your math is wrong.
Can we do the X's on that? All right, let's. I had to post these yesterday because somebody said I was a one-trick pony. I keep touting Crody. Can we do the X's on that one right there?
4 billion X.
No, listen, that's 19 million, 400 billion, 6 trillion, billion, million X.
The point here is not here. Actually, I still need the screen. How did the screen go away? Hold on. The point is not to gloat.
Made it go away, Will.
The point is not to gloat. That was not the point.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, a little bit. But look, the point technically is to teach people, like, if you're bearish, you're just wrong. You're just wrong.
Right? Where my boys snorkel?
Snorkel.
All right.
Where's Snorkel? Where's our boy Snorkel?
Let's now let's get into the ETH discussion here, because
Will, up or down, green or red button, and why?
Oh man, like wrong.
Green or red? Will,
it's up. It's up.
Down.
It's up. It's up. It's going up. Look, drop, run. Look, drop, run, drop, run. Oh, what do we see right here? Like,
wait, what comes after drop?
Run.
Okay. Like I said, you need to explain it to me like I wear a mask in my car when I'm by myself, please.
Can I make this simpler, people? Like, it's a pattern. Use it. Look. Boom, 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 boom.
Will, where are you targeting? Where are you targeting the run? Where are you targeting the run conservatively?
I mean, your first target conservatively is already hit. Your second target is all-time high, and you're probably going to break it.
But then after that, I'm talking like towards the end of the cycle. Where do you think
I'm going fibs, man. I'm going fibs. So like it's not hard.
Why do you have a negative 0.618 on there, Will?
Oh,
I like to do retracements, man. All right.
No, I know, but what is that? I've never seen that done before. Why do you have
It's when you draw the fib in a reverse situation, then you can get the fib.
Yeah.
But how
So
does that help you?
This is technically reverse, right? So I don't have to flip my fib to get the retrace.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
By the way, well, you asked about the axis.
Between 700 billion and $1,300,000,000,000,000,000.
That's how much we made, guys.
Is that our diaper Joe?
Man.
I mean, at the end of the day, look, if we want to be super bullish, we'll go wick to wick, right? If we want to be conservative, let's go body to body. We'll be conservative, right? When I'm being conservative, that's me being bearish. That's me being bearish. That's as bearish as you're gonna get, is me being conservative.
So this is Will's bearish outlook right now.
$11,500. Like, you are freaking high.
What's your bullish?
I'm at the 1,200.
Adjust that to be more bullish. I want it so conservatively.
I mean, it's almost 15K.
And that would be, give me the exact number. Okay.
14,355. And I'm not, here's the thing. When target number reached, I'm out. It is what it is. It was nice hanging out with everybody. Like, and I don't mean like I'm out of the market. I mean out of the show. But like, everybody who's overly bullish at that point, you're gonna eat this downside. I'm not. Like, I have targets. I'm gonna reach them.
Are you gonna short?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Oh, look, go. If you guys have my trading view info, go through and look at 2022. Every single bounce, I was like, short this, short this, short this, short this. We're going lower, short this. And like, I had so many people on trading view hating on me.
I have a question. You have the zero line and it doesn't seem to fit with the market law, or am I tripping? Oh,
with the wick?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. That's it. I literally took it from peak to trough. And so
there was the volume indicator, so I did not see it. By the way, when we speaking of this, are you guys like, I've seen some people use the fibs based on the bodies and not the wicks. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's what I said. Like, conservative price.
I do both. I just try to find the best fit. Like, I massage it too. It's never perfect, right? But I do both.
Like, if you're not going to be overly greedy, I say always go bodies. If you're being greedy as hell and you think there's potential for greed, then go wicks. It is crypto. Wicks are possible. So if it was stocks, I'd tell you no. So
Will, I'm just trying to reconcile this, because you're here telling me we're going to 10 to 15K ETH, right? But there's other guys online that have more followers than you that are saying we're going to, $1,500 ETH. So I'm just, because they have more followers, that must mean that they know more than you, right? So
I know other guys that have more followers than me that were sitting here telling me how Bitcoin right here was going to 10K. How Bitcoin right here was going to 10K. How Bitcoin right here was going to 30K. And now they're telling me how Bitcoin right here is going to low 50s to 30K. So we'll see how those higher follower counts work out in their favor. Sorry, I'm on E.
I would let you just unfollow those people. Like they are scamming you. Like, anyone saying that ETH is going right now to 1,500 is just pure. It has no logic. Like, you could say that this market is going to, I don't know, 500 billion, 300 million, and it would mean the same thing, like nothing.
Because what I keep noticing, Will, is that people they prospect a pullback spot. They're like, oh yeah, I'd buy ETH at like 3K, and then it gets to 3K, and then they're like, no, 1,900. I'll buy it at 1,900. That's not what I wanted. They get greedy on the pullbacks.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. And the greed is something we talked about since all the way down here. It's people wanting more. And in reality, the market's not going to give you more. Their intention is not to give you more. It's to keep you on your toes. And I can tell you this move right here is what everybody was looking for this, right? They were looking for 31. That was everybody's dead set target. Remember that? 31?
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much.
And that was their dead set target. And now everybody's dead set target again is low 50s, right? It's
That's
low
true.
50s into the 40s. And I think dead set targets are absolutely the wrong way to play this. Like, you need to be flexible. So if you're not looking at this as opportunity when you're over 30% from the high, and I need to be DCA in here, versus like trying to sell here to buy here, then in that scenario, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, right? As a person, as somebody trying to invest, as somebody trying to make it out of the hood. All right. So if that's your purpose and you're trying to get out of your situation, your bad situation, you're doing yourself a disservice trying to sell to buy lower. I know it feels good because you're like, okay, well, if I can just get a little more, but the reality is the market going much higher, you eating down. So let's say this theoretically plays out. It theoretically plays out. The only thing it's going to tell me is this market's going to go higher than I anticipated, right? If we can sweep down here, we're going way high. But I don't think we're going way high. That's the thing. I think we're going to leg 4 into a 5, and we're going to end somewhere right in here.
What's your time frame for that, Will?
Wait, Max. Well, one thing to add to your equation. So recently, and I follow lots of smart chick people too. I think we are pretty good when it comes to thinking. And we have a decent sized fund manager that has, billions under his management. And he said, that when he wants to get into an individual stock, it takes him 2 months to get the allocation so that he doesn't move the price. 2 months for a single fund to get into a stock so that he doesn't move the price. Now, how long are we in the current reaccumulation on an asset like Bitcoin? How long has it been?
Yeah, I mean, as far as time span goes, I mean, we're sitting here roughly at right now about 2 months.
Wow. So imagine that there is now every single fund who is looking to take a position in BTC, but they do not want to move the price as much. So what do you think all these funds are doing? Do you think that they are dumping Bitcoin here? Or do you think they are trying to make a position not to move the price much? That's my question. If it takes for a single fund to take 2 months to take a position into a stock, single fund, and now you have multiple funds trying to get an allocation into BTC.
Here's the thing that everybody's missing, and I think it's more obvious than what people. And again, I put this cup up here because this is how I think we're going to roll out of this. Is this market has been very predatory in a lot of ways. How did it do that? It created the cup bottom, which nobody saw, right? Unless you were looking for the bull div right here, playing out on the RSI. Nobody saw the cup bottom. Then they created what appeared to be a distributed top, only to rip prices higher, right? Then they ran sideways, aka accumulation range, push prices higher, aka accumulation range, and that same range is above here. That's where they're at right now. That's what nobody's really paying attention to, is they're playing this range right above previous cycle high. Like, your whole wick thing, like, it doesn't matter. And breaking below, I saw somebody comment earlier, breaking below 58K means that they'll go back to 52. No, you need to form a lower low. You need to form a lower low. And in reality, you've got structure up here that's kind of indicative of, telling you that this is kind of like a falling pattern, or at least for now. If you look at this from a high time frame standpoint, like, look at the slow coming into the move. This is why circle outs are really, they're really kind of the play when looking at these, because when you can see the slowing, it creates this weird circle pattern, which tells you that price is going to swoop this way while everybody keeps looking for this wick here or this wick there or this wick there, trying to call for lows. The reality is price is slowly rounding out of here to do this. Now, does it happen over here? Does it happen somewhere in here? That's the hard part to tell. All you know is that it's happening. And now that we know it's happening, we know that market makers, institutions, whales, whoever are in here buying the range because they expect price to go much, much higher. And so if they're buying the range, what should I be doing? I should ideally be also buying the range because they're doing that. And when price goes much, much higher, I can profit just like they can profit. And then when we get up here and we get to an overextended point, then you can like TP a little bit, boom, 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 better entry, boom, 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 better entry, and wait for the next leg. The top will be there. It'll be there. I think just follow the fibs. That's the easiest way to run these tops for now. And if you're sitting here and you're questioning the ability of the market, like again, like when somebody asks me, like, what's your bearish thesis? What is there to be bearish about? Explain to me what there is to be bearish about, because there's nothing in the chart that I could see. Look, we could talk all day politics and world liquidity. I mean, I remember this, Max, I'd sit on shows with Michael Green and some of these really, really smart guys, Cantro, and I'd be like, dude, I just don't see the bearish thesis that you're talking about. You keep talking about M1 money supply, economic, standpoint, bank collapses, so on and so forth. And none of that shit mattered. Why? Because all that shit happened here. It happened here. It happened here. Which direction was the market going while that was happening? It was going up while everybody was sitting down here arguing about the market direction. Why argue? Just follow the trend. The trend has to break. And if the trend breaks, you're screwed. Then you can be like, oh shit, it's over, right? Here, let me give you a kind of a statistical here. And let's say you had this long bull up trend, right? And you just went off the bull up trend. And the second this broke, you're out. You could have got it in a lot cheaper. Let's say this scenario, right? Let's say you want to be super bearish, right? Well, the second your trend breaks, you can be like, all right, I'm out. But guess what? The trend is not in favor of your bullish or your bearish thesis. It's in favor of the bulls, period. And this is me taking a very extreme line to the upside, showing you what that looks like. And you can see here, look, I didn't even line this up before. I literally took bottom to bottom, and boom, my 4 runs right into my 5, and my 5 peaks, and then I'm going to start getting wrecked. Is what it is. Is this 5 going to be vertical? Maybe. Is the 5 going to be a little more angled? Maybe. I don't know that. I just know that I'm hitting a price target and I'm out. And I'm looking for the next bear market.
Yeah.
Like if people looked at it from this standpoint and just stopped arguing about the stupid shit and just like, okay, what's the structure look like? What is my target? Wait for target, buy until target hit, that you'd make a lot of fucking money. But instead, people want to argue about every single inch, like little tiny pullback. These are miniature pullbacks in the bigger scheme of things. You're not talking about a bear market. You're talking about a freaking pullback where you're trying to sell here to buy here. Like, it's ridiculous. Just short if you're going to do that. Short the fucking market if you feel it's bearish. If you're not willing to open a short, you're not bearish. Stop trying to say you're bearish if you're not willing to open a short. And if you're going to claim ETH's going to 12K, I want to see you net worth short ETH.
1,200, Will. 1,200.
Sorry, 1,200. I want to see you net worth short ETH with all your liquidity. Otherwise, stop LARPing.
Yeah. We'll hit the nail on the head there. And I mean, as I said before, Will, like, you can be right for every single move, then you can get one thing wrong and everyone will come at you. You can be wrong the entire time, then you will get one thing right and they will adore you. People just have short-term memory. But as Will says, if you think that ETH is going to 1200, if you thought that Sol is going to single digits and now it's at it went to $200 instead, then put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, that's basically it, man. Like, I'm tired of arguing with people on Twitter who have no money invested. Like, it's like, bro, you have no money in the market. What are you talking about? You maybe have like $500. I have what people make in a lifetime in the market right now, and I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm unbothered.
Unbothered.
Moisturized,
Happy, flourishing in our own lane.
and people will feel differently about that statement, but it speaks volume to conviction, right? People that are convicted in this market, they make money. They're convicted to what they're doing. They're convicted to the price action they're seeing, and they're not arguing with the chart. They're just going with what they're seeing. And if the chart is speaking and telling you, "Hey, you have more room," go with the chart. I look. I will never take a world event over the chart. Never. The chart will tell you everything you need to know.
that is real. I'm just looking at some of these like liquidity indicators, and they are fantastic, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, here I'll give another indication, something I didn't really talk on before either, but this is another thing that's in Bull's favor. It just flat out is. There's no argument about it. There's not much of a discussion. I mean, your RSI is telling you the same thing, right? Your RSI is telling you the same thing. Like you're in an up only trend. Until RSI breaks that trend, you are in a strong market. Same thing over here in 2021. Look, 2019, 2020, and what do you see? 2021 right there. And just looking at those across the board, boom, all the way across. The downtrends is where you got to really kind of watch shit. But if we were to look at that from this time frame right here, and let's just drop that down, bring that up, and we were to take that and we're going to say, okay, here's our first area right here. First bottom. Right here's our second bottom. Higher high. Basically same price. And right here's our third bottom. Right? And then from here, once you got into here, you're screwed. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to be an exact top seller. And I think that's where people get things mistaken, because you could have sold here. You could have sold here. You could have sold here. But as long as you were selling anywhere above here, you were good, because you got major discounts into here. You could have bought 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 here. I mean, you could have bought here and here, and you would have bought for cheaper than where you sold, even if you sold up all the way over here without selling top, right? You got this. This is where it's time to be bearish, and then you can become bullish again and not even be bothered. And this is why, like, I'm not bothered by this. A lot of people are new participants. They want every pullback they can get. Why do they want Jackus? Why do they want every pullback they can get?
Because they're greedy.
They're greedy. They're flat out greedy. They don't want to take what the market wants to give them. They want what they want. Well, guess what? There's no customer service hotline for crypto. There's not. There's nobody to call and complain to because you didn't get what you want. You get what you get. You get Bitcoin at the price you deserve. And the price you deserve is based on your greed. So if you're buying high, it's because you're greedy.
I mean, I think most people make as you said, Will. So first of all, they are on lower time frame and they do not see it with the longer term perspective as we are, because mostly people are not able to think on the weekly time frame. Like what I've noticed is that most people's brain just simply cannot work with that. It's too much big of a time frame for most people. But so they are on the lower time frames, and then they're trying to catch the every single like exact top, because like what if the price goes slightly higher, and the same thing goes on the downside, right? And what people should really try to do is to catch the meat of the move. As you said, you did not need to catch the exact top. All you need to do is sell above that big range in 2021. And if you did that, you could have rebought lower, and you could have done that even earlier. You didn't need to catch the FTX drop. You could have just bought prior to FTX and then hold through if you did so, and you did amazingly well. And at some point, simply the market becomes too overbought and sometimes too oversold, especially on the higher time frames. But what people shouldn't try to do is to catch the exact. I mean, they should try to catch the top, but they shouldn't do it in like, I'm gonna sell everything I own at this very pico top. They should do it in a way where they will start scale out and then scale in at extreme valuations. And then if like your last bit catches the exact bottom, then amazing, right? Maybe you're gonna miss some. Like maybe some people's strategy was to scale in from 20K to 12K. And guess what? If you did so, you scaled in 20K, 19K, 18K, 17K, 16K, right? But you missed the other boosts, and that's totally fair. And maybe you could have used the last batches when we got the market structure break above 20K again in 2023. But this is the way to do it. And if you like as you said, Will, those that's been greedy just been waiting for 14K retest and they missed everything. And I know of like, I think, and I'm gonna name, I think Poseidon, and he, because he admits it publicly. So Poseidon been a huge bear, but he's been like he's been thinking in a way like, I'm bear because I think the market is bearish, but I'm going to like, I want to catch this because I know the bull market is coming. And he was greedy and he missed the entire bull run. He and he like he's now joking about it, but he feels it. I know it, and he does. Like, I like the way kind of he did that publicly, but that's exactly the bad way people should be do it, right? Because he saw all of this coming, but he missed it because he wanted Solana at single digits again. He wanted Bitcoin at 14K, and then when the trend changed, he thought it's the cartel pumping it, and and he refused to believe that the trend has changed. And I do believe that's not just been him; that's been lots of people, lots of people.
Yeah, I actually have respect for people who will come and admit that.
Yeah.
Where they like, hey, like, I thought it was bearish. I've been bearish. I'm still bearish, but I missed the whole run because I've been bearish. Because at least they're recognizing the mistake, right? I mean, it's not like I've been perfect my whole life. I mean, my first cycle, I wrote it all the way down because I was a believer like everybody else. And then, I got obliterated my first cycle. But then I came in, I was like, oh, this shit's all smoke and mirrors at the end of the day. Just follow the charts. All the whole, this is the future tech and blah, 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 blah. It's all just a facade. So then I realized, like, just extract liquidity through trading. That's basically it. And when you extract liquidity, it's not like you're taking it away. You're putting it back in later, but you're putting it at better valuations. Like, I was telling people over here, like, once you violated the high over here, you were cooked. And then a lot of people got trapped here and they were still following me. And I was like, look, this thing's going to be basically a bear flag forming this upside trend. And then when you get a peak, get out. And a lot of people were like, well, no, 30K will hold. We've already held it this long, so we're going to hold through 30K. They came back down and revisited. It flipped and then rolled, right? I mean, it was pretty apparent they were going to fill like, look at this upswing. It was pretty apparent they were going to fill most of that upswing. And it'll be the same thing over here for Bitcoin. Like, this upswing that we're currently experiencing, I mean, there's probably a chance they'll come back and fill a good chunk of the upswing, right? When we get to a top and go back into a bear. And you can see here the structure will be, relatively, it can always be a different pattern, but it's always relatively the same. It's not a hard structure to understand. Things go up. Think of it like gravity. Price goes up, price comes back down. Price goes up, and then price comes back down. It's rebalancing gravity. It's rebalancing the move, and each time it'll be a stair step higher and higher and higher. It's just harder to articulate where the lows are because they're not perfect from market bottoms. But the reality is, it's more like a circular move than it is like a a flat support, right? And like zooming out, and this is why like zooming out is really important, because people can't really see the move, but like I think this does something like this. Even though this looks like it's going to be curving down, at a certain point it will make a big move to the upside, and crypto will have some big expansion, just like Tesla, right? Tesla was a great example of that, where Tesla through its whole first lifespan was like something like this. And then when you zoom out on Tesla now, it's like this into this, and then that into this, and that now it looks like this, right? And you can't even tell what this was because it's so small. And so I think like crypto as a whole is somewhere in here, like kind of like how Tesla was. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating at this point, but I'm very bullish on crypto. I know when to get in and get out. And to get in is this side. To get out is somewhere is over on this side, up in this range, right? And here's the same thing here. You could have ideally done the same thing here. You could have gotten out many. I mean, look how many higher lows you got here on opportunity to get out, right? You could have gotten out many times. I ignored this like an idiot, and I played into this, and I ended up getting 8 to the downside. Then you get into here, you get a flush. You can then start purchasing on a flush. Not only do you get a flush, you get a bull div. Or sorry, not a bull div here, but you get an uptrend from your bottom, right? You hit your 30. 30 is really kind of that significant zone, right? So even here, if you were to buy crypto, and I did buy here, even though we crashed again. But even though we came down into here, when you hit your 30, you should take that as a good meeting point that traders at minimum are going to start trading up the market. They're going to see opportunity. Traders in general are not going to let assets become super unappreciated unless they're like penny stocks. Bitcoin has too much liquidity for traders not to come in and actively trade the 30. And the weekly is a great time frame too, right? And so a trader is always going to look for activity, and they're going to look for activity in things with a lot of money. Bitcoin's one of those. So when you hit that 30, it's a really good marker on the weekly to kind of pay attention to. You can see we only hit the 30 typically at or near bottoms, right? At or near bottoms. And so that's a great indication too that you can come in and you can be like, oh, we're at the 30. I need to start looking at this market. And then if you were looking at it from that perspective and you were at the 30 and you were in here, once you were at the 30, you could have also looked at it from this perspective of being on the 30, and you're like, okay, I was at the 30 here. We went deeper here. What happened? Look at your RSI. Oh, I'm forming a higher low. It doesn't matter that we drop more. I need to get in heavier. And so even if you were to take a long here and say, okay, I'm gonna assume that this is the bottom, get wiped out, you could have re-entered that long the second you saw that bull div play. And you could have long the bottom of this market. Yes, you would have got hit on the first one, but you could have got the second one. On this one, you would have hit it right on the nose. Like it's a probabilities game, but the 30 is a strong indication of bottoming price action. I don't know if you guys wanted to jump in on that, but this is yeah. I mean, this has been my playbook since the bottom. Like since we got into the bottom range, my playbook has been, okay, we hit the 30. Oh, we also got the bull div. We got double indication here of reversal. Then we got this big God move, right? Big God candle here, rollover. I mean, I was pretty loud in here. Like I was like, oh, this looks like an inverse head and shoulders on a daily. When I looked at it, and I was like, this is gonna turn into an inverse head and shoulders. I'm like, they're gonna play the range here, right? They're gonna 1, 2, 3, and then sweep. And that was going to be sweep the neck. You could see it the second you saw the double top here. So this is what I was looking at here. I was like, oh, okay. And I had the post. I had the post for those wondering. Once I saw them double top this price action here, I was like, oh, I know exactly what the hell they're going to do. They're going to run this back, sweep everybody out into the range, right? Into the previous low range, the POC. And then they're going to rip it. And then they're going to break the range. And you can see since we hit these two ranges, what did we do there? Boom, boom. We used it as support. This is like TA 101 for those wondering in the audience. Like you had double support there, and then you swept, right? And then everybody here is looking for the retrace in the range, but you had vertical accumulation here, which then became support, which is something we talked about, Max, in this range too. Before we took off, we talked about this on the show, and that vertical cum was this curve right here, right? So that curve, oh, sorry about that. That curve then became the vertical. What did I just do there? I think I just moved that curve right there became the vertical accumulation. And so what you should have expected on the vertical accumulation is above the vert, right? Above the vert, expect support. And so you can see right there that vertical accumulation right into the range then became support. Boom. The imbalance was to this wick. And what did they do? They perfectly tapped into it. Now, granted, they came all the way up to the high, but the high was the rebalance of this range. That's what the high was. All you had to do was look to your left on a lot of this. All you had to do was look to your left. Like, people think I'm like guessing or black magic, or I looked to the left of my screen. I was like, all right, what did they do over here? What are they going to do over here? Right? And just like vertical accumulation here, look what they did right here. That wasn't vertical accumulation. That was a flush into a range, right? Very similar move here to here. It's just this one occurred a little bit lower. But this right here became support for the verticum over here, right? This became support for over here. And so all the support, once you got above it, verticum, breakout, sideways, breakout, pull back, hit range, and then again, move back into a breakout pattern. And now we're kind of in the same thing here, right? We're just kind of pulling down into the range. But I think this is more moving into a cup pattern. Again, nobody's paying attention. So it's going to be like this right here. And I'm just seeing this circle out here, man. I'm just seeing this circle out here. So we'll see how it plays out at the end of the day. But like, I always look for like what kind of pattern it's forming. And so I think this is like a teacup, right? So it's going to be like this right here. And I think this is going to be slowly but surely something like that. And that's why like people calling for like low, I mean, sure, we could get a drop, but will it matter? No, we're just going to kind of stay in this general range and kind of view out. If we don't end up doing this, then I'll come back to the chart and I'll redraw what I think is going to happen here. But this is my thoughts on what I think is happening here. Anytime you get a drawdown, it's not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing after a price up. On the daily, you've got a bull flag forming, in a sense. And again, people just keep on like pointing out just the dumbest things, but you got a bull flag forming on the daily up here. Give me just a second. I had this drawn out better before. But like a bull, now some people be like, oh, it's not perfect, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's not perfect. Nothing ever is. The point is identifying controlled price, right? Identifying controlled price. Price up, drop down. Price up, drop down. Mid-range support, pull back up, drop down, 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 down. Now everybody's expecting some kind of drop here, but in reality, they could they'll either sweep a little bit lower or they're going to sweep high. The reason I knew that this candle right here was going to end up the way it is on the weekly here. Before we got to where we are, this side of the candle had no wick. So we had to pull back to create the wick before we could move up again. So because when we opened, we pumped, which means you always want to watch your open, because if your open pumps, it's going to pull back, create the wick, and then pump harder later. So I think we're going to get a big pump somewhere in this range for now. Probably do some sideways price action and then a breakout. Couple months, I'd say.
I agree that lots of times, this is totally normal that when you create such a big wick, you get it felt to some degree. And that can even happen in a multi-week bearish candles into it. But then you see the another engulfing higher.
Yeah. I will say this too, because we're gonna jump into the comments a little bit. All right, don't mistake confidence for arrogance. Right, confidence is built through experience and understanding. Arrogance is built through nothing. It has no experience backing it. It's just arrogance. They're two different things. I don't know if you guys want to jump in on that.
On arrogance and confidence?
No, on the chart. On the chart.
Is that what we're going?
No. I always watch these people. You're too cocky. You're too boo. My bags keep growing, and they're not growing for no reason. That's all I'm saying. Like, look, just when you see somebody succeeding, watch what they're doing. Learn. I'm not hiding anything.
Like, listen, I absolutely love the way Will cooked here, and it was dessert for the likes he got. I suppose that for some people, the way we'll talk, it can be hard to deal with. But if you guys can get over it, you will realize how much value Will is actually sharing. All right. So if you are not, hurt with easily, if you're not butthurt with some of the words he says when he jokes, it's just his style. So if you can get over it, you'll realize how much value Will is sharing.
Yeah. One other thing too that I wanted to point out, we discussed ETH and how it's going to $1,200. This yellow zone, what do we call that? Does anybody know what that's called?
The golden zone.
Oh, it's the golden pocket. Wow. What are we hitting right now?
1,200.
1,200.
By the way, do you remember when every bear that's loud now told you to short the golden pocket and how we are going to retest the 30K? Or in this case, when it's Ether, like, I don't know, 1,500. That's what every bear said. When we hit the golden pocket, they said to short it and that we are going lower. And here we are retesting it from above. Where's the credibility?
Dropping patterns are bullish in an uptrend. I'll just say it. Like, there's not, and unless you end up in these scenarios, right? If you did something like this and then ripped back up the rebalance, that's a rebalance. That's not a bullish scenario. But if you've been in a solid uptrend and you get a pullback, it's simply a pullback. It's a dropping pattern that's going to break out. Like, people have been bearish the whole time on these dropping patterns, and all they've done is formed higher highs. That's all they've done. I pointed them out over and over and over again here.
I mean, total 3 hasn't even broken the complacency shoulder yet, and we are this early.
Here's what people are seeing though, Max. So I kind of, well, no, I still don't get 1200. Like 1200 doesn't, like, even if you were to drop to like here,
You cannot do
getting
that.
1,000.
That would lose the market structure. But what boggles me is that some people, like we literally, is just broken the market structure to the upside with the break above March 2022 complacency shoulder. Like is legit broke and established bullish market structure on the highest time frame. Not only it has a bullish structure leading to it, but it's also broken this one. And now it's doing a normal retest. But how is anyone in their mind saying that is going to 1200 from here? Like that doesn't make any sense until you at least get a breakdown below like 2K. You have no right saying that unless you're engagement farming. All right, unless you are like perma bear in your soul, there is not a single reason to say that.
This perma bear in your soul, man. That is.
Look,
I'll tell
if
you guys this about being bearish because I was super bearish in 2022. Had a lot of fun shorting the market. It actually takes a toll. It took a toll on me. Like you start viewing everything more pessimistically. You become more negative, more cynical, certainly more skeptical. I remember I didn't like how I felt being like super bearish, and I was making money shorting. It was great, but I'm telling you, like to make your entire personality, about being like a harsh skeptic that's always looking to like short the piss out of everything and everything's a scam. It's a really emotionally taxing way to live. I did not enjoy 2022, and I'm not looking forward to being bearish again when that time comes. Tucker, bro, how many times am I going to tell you, put this shit on log, bro? This is literally a
Oh,
busted ass, broken ass, weird warped chart. Throw
it
that
No,
shit on
literally,
logs.
I like it.
Jackus, back me up. Back me up.
Nonsense.
I'll back
Nonsense.
you. I'll back both of you actually because this is a great one where it's showing the bounce, but all trends are essentially to be broken. And what's very important is that big middle part in between when there is a very strong distribution, in on the USDT dominance above 6%. That one is a very strong distribution in the middle of the trend. So when after this distribution, when the trends come back and retest the trend line, it's great for a bounce, but then the trend gets broken down. And I've seen this on many altcoins during the bear market. They broken below and then they bottom. So I think USDT dominance bottoms as well, but not here. I think it comes at like 2% or something.
Hey, Tucker, can you switch back to my chart for one more second?
Do you have USDT dominance and non-log?
You see this? There's no bearish for majors, bad boy. Okay, there's no.
What am I looking at?
I haven't moved this. I have not moved this fractal. All right, look at your retest right now. Look at your retest.
Wait, with majors, did he think major alts or major stocks?
If major alts are going to go down, major stocks are going to go down. Like stocks are your biggest indicator of market healthiness. And I'm telling you, NVIDIA is about to blow to the upside. Do I know what's going to make it do it? No. But I can tell you by the way this thing is moving, like it is so clean. It is so clean. Like you're going higher. You were going. This was your bearish trend the whole time. Your bearish rejection. You are already above that. You fell back below, and I think you're going to break out relatively soon, and you're going to use this as support. I don't know where NVIDIA stops, guys. Like I'm just absolutely mind-boggled on this stock. Absolutely mind-boggled.
I legit think that, like, the only way NVIDIA stops, in my opinion, is that it forms a higher time frame accumulation range. But I do not think, I do not see a fundamental reason where NVIDIA tops. I see where it stops temporarily, like where it doesn't continue straight up higher, but it's probably just going to wait for the rest of the market and then will continue higher later on. But I do not see how a company that's making an exponential amount of profit is the dominant player in an upcoming major effectivity growth industry, is just market topping. And the upside behind it isn't speculative. Like, that's not a bubble. That's an actual market that's been mispriced, for NVIDIA. Now, am I saying that NVIDIA is going to make insane returns from here or like insane exits? No, I'm not saying that, you will outperform the market by longing NVIDIA. But I'm saying that, like, I do not see it topping. And I think lots of people been saying AI is a bubble, but those are the equivalent of people saying that internet is a bubble.
Remember
in early 90s.
No, late 90s. Remember when we were going like from 1999 to 2000 and everyone said all the clocks were going to break and all the computers were going to break when they had to go to 2000? Yeah. And then like we did the
Well, none of us were old enough to remember that, brother. That's just you.
Hey, Jackus knows. Jackus knows.
No, I wasn't active on the market.
Well, I was alive. All right.
I was alive too. All right.
and I was a teenager. All right. And I watched the ball drop and I looked at my computer and it was still running. AOL dial-up still running. So you gotta fade this stuff, man. Like the bubble, it's not a bubble. It's mispriced. It's heavily mispriced.
Yeah.
And I think the market has realized that, and that's why they continue to dial into it.
Yeah, and the thing is that the demand is absolutely insane for the stuff that NVIDIA produces, but they do not have a competitor right now. And the nearest competitor is still so far away.
The nearest competitor to NVIDIA is becausebitcoin. Few understand this.
Yeah. They asked how old I am. See, now you guys know. All right. With age comes wisdom.
Will is 63
and I'm
years
older.
old.
All right.
He's
I'm
63.
Older.
He's aged very well. But Will actually fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, that one.
That's why he always say put on the monthly, because all the other time frames are too low for him.
I think a lot of people think I'm just like some 25-year-old just on here talking shit with no experience. It's like,
well, no one thinks you're 25, bro.
I don't know, man. Like some people like people in the comments like, yo, how old are you?
Will is old enough to trade railway stocks in the US in the 18th century.
Oh, guys,
just kidding.
Everyone drop your guesses for how old everybody on this panel is right now. I've mentioned it publicly before, but everyone take your guess. Tucker, me.
Dude, I actually don't even know how old Jackus is. I'm not gonna lie. No idea.
I know how old Jackus is.
I mean, look at his picture.
Jackus is 17, man.
He's 17 and he looks great. Look at his picture.
Yeah, you know those memes where it's like a crypto trader who's like 19 years old, but he looks like 40 because he's so stressed out.
Yeah, I know that meme.
Max is 46.
You know what, Tyler?
What the fuck?
He said no discounts. Will's 93. Here we go. Let's go. 93.
What the fuck, Carl?
Will 60. Max 35.
Dude.
Tucker 50. Now
Funny
they're
enough,
trolling, bro.
the AARP guy was closest. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was the closest. Will
I'm the
might
only one over
actually be getting
30.
AARP.
But I think Ryan heard us actually before, no? Or he just guessed it.
We've talked about it, I'm pretty sure, at some
Yeah.
point.
Hey,
Somebody
Smash,
watches every day.
look at Smash. Smash is pretty on point. I don't know about Jackers, but Smash is close.
He is close.
Yeah.
No, Max is still in his 20s. Max is 28.
We're all still, well, I guess Max and I are both still in our 20s. I can't speak for the others.
Don't loop me in with you. You're pretty old, man.
Yeah,
We're not together, okay?
I'm lumping us in together, man.
You're like hanging on by a thread, man. You're in your final year, you know?
Yeah.
Tucker's like 6 months older than me.
Yeah.
What about Snorkel?
Snorkel.
Dude, when he comes back, we need to call him Snorkel and just throw him off. Like he'll think he like misheard us for like the first couple times, and then he'll be like, "Why is everyone calling me Snorkel?"
Guys, NVIDIA is like mind blowing to me. Every time I look at this chart and I just stop looking at it because it just blows my mind.
So
Jack is fit. Don't worry.
Will 107.
The data asking if I'm fat or fit, and I was to do a face reveal. This is me.
Jack, be honest, man. Have you ever done a market check shirtless before? Like without it? Have you ever? Be honest.
Naked, of course.
Have you been like, yeah, you've probably been naked at your computer just doing market check and
I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm fit, and I'm in my 30s.
So he's 39 and he's only 275 pounds.
So me and Jack are in the same boat. Okay.
You're the oldest. Well, don't get it confused. Okay, don't get it confused.
I'm 255. 255.
See, that's shocking to me, Will, because when we've hung out in person, you don't look like you're 255. Like you're dense, man. You're just dense because you don't look 255, man. It's fucking huge. Yeah.
Do you know how I do YouTube market checks?
I'm scared to see this next one. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
He's on his phone moving around. He's got the remote thing to his computer so he can move his mouse with his phone.
Chad.
Look at his monitor. It's the size of his head.
This is a great point, Alexander. Yeah, he's actually 5'4". So 255, he's 5'4". So you were a little off, but yeah, no, Will, you're probably like 6 foot something, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. Tommy's tall, bro. Tommy is freaking tall.
He's taller than me. Team, man. We have a huge team. We have a literally huge team. A bunch of monsters at BB, man.
Yeah, Haggard's thick too. You guys might not think it, but he's thick too.
Tucker's literally the Incredible Hulk, man. He's literally humongous.
Wobby, man.
Wobby is
don't sleep on Wobby.
Wobby's enormous. Wobby could literally eat me and Tucker and Will and still be bigger than all of us, man. He's huge. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Tommy's tall, Ed's tall, like
Ed's tall too.
Yeah,
that was surprising.
Ed is a monster, man.
I wasn't expecting Ed to be tall, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I'm the smallest guy on the team by like a long shot. I remember when I met everybody, I was like, what the hell just happened? Everybody walks into the Miami house and I was like, what the this is unbelievable, man. Why are we not like a WWE team, man? You know, everybody's huge.
Yeah.
Every guy bigger than the last.
Jackets, how tall are you though?
I have to do it in centimeters. I'm 184 centimeters.
He's a Europor, man. He doesn't know feet.
He's got to be tall, man.
Centimeters.
Let's do the math on that.
Is that 7'6"? 7'6.5".
Wait, no,
that's the tallest man on the planet.
6'1".
Oh, okay. So look, we got a tall team. Everybody's 6 foot plus.
No, I'm definitely not 6 feet plus, bro. That's never been a real thing for me.
we walk with Max and we look like his bodyguards.
Dude, it's elite. elite.
That's
Yeah.
why he hired us, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Don't mess with the BB team, man. I'll throw the BB analysts at you guys. Don't come after me. They're huge.
Nobody
Timo
gets
said
past Bobby.
WNBA team. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Hey, highlight Timo's comment there.
I actually don't know how tall Sisu is. Sisu and I have never met in person yet. I'm sure we will. Sisu's either 5'2" or 6'8". There's no in between for him. I'm not sure.
Real.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know about him, I'm pretty sure he's 5'2". I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Watch him be like 6'5".
Yeah,
He's probably
I
just
feel like
like
he's like 6'5", man. Honestly,
he could be 6'5", man. He could be 6'5".
Yeah.
Could be.
Wabi? I don't know how tall is Wabi. He's like 6, right? Something like that.
Wabi's like 5'11", if I had to guess.
Oh, 5'11". Yeah, I think it's a little
Yeah.
bit shorter, but yeah. You're probably right.
How are you guys using all these weird metrics and so on? Like, you're such a bright country, but you're using such a stupid metrics. I don't get it.
They're just better, Jackus. They're just superior metrics.
We could just use inches. That's basically what meters are.
I mean, we just like do things differently over here, Jackus. You know.
Jackus is like, how do I respond to this?
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
Jackus is like, that's don't argue with burger country, man.
It's just weird how you guys call football when you use your feet, because it doesn't make sense. You shouldn't call it football because you use your feet. That's stupid. You should call
Big
it
ball.
soccer. Yeah, exact ankle ball or something. Like, it doesn't. It's silly.
Knee ball.
Yeah, knee ball would be good. Yeah, or sometimes you hit the ball with your head. You call it head ball. But I mean, football is just stupid, man. You use your hand for football. We have it here in America.
Makes sense.
I know. It's very silly. I don't know. You guys should figure it out.
Why is hockey called hockey?
You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it.
But do you get it? I don't.
No, nobody gets it. Nobody understands. We just go with it.
Like, was there someone like called Hawk? And then he was like A or something.
Where was hockey created? Was that in like Canada?
Canada.
It must be something to do with Canada. I don't know.
Actually, hockey is pretty popular in Czech too.
Yeah, you guys have some really good professional hockey players, don't you?
Yeah.
Wait, is Jágr Czech? Jaromír
Yeah.
Jágr? Yeah, he's a legend.
Dominik Hasek, the goalkeeper, and a few others. Yeah.
So hockey came from the
Canada.
French word hoquet.
Yeah,
the
Patriots are in
European
control,
mind
man.
will never understand this, Jacket.
Yeah, the
Oh,
European
quit.
mind
Will never understand.
You need to study Coors Light,
Yeah.
premium
So-
lager, premium lager, and football.
If you're upset about the word hockey or where it came from, I would tell you blame the French. That's where it came from.
I mean, our native language is actually our language, and that's Czech language, but it comes from Slovan languages. So like Polish is very similar in Slovakia and so forth, Slav.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it here. It's time.
Wait.
Whoa.
We just had such a great discussion.
I know. I have to go help move though. I'm moving places today.
So shit, I get around to just realized.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. This was Market Check. Brought Jackus's picture, man. When I zoom in,
next time I educate you guys on the meters and centimeters. All right.
Yeah, it was great to have Will on camera. It's always a great show when Will's smiling on camera, just cooking on the chart. So thanks for being on camera, Will. But yeah, guys, before you go, please consider liking and subscribing. Last but not least, check out the first link in the description below where you can sign up for our Discord. Within the next 30 days, you will get free access to our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's got portfolio tracking, heat maps, derivatives data, literally everything that you need to succeed in these markets. Again, that will be fully included within your existing Discord membership, and you will be given early access to beta tests and actually help curate what the product ultimately becomes. So truly fantastic. Right now, what you could expect in the Discord is 2.5 hours per day of private live voice calls with the entire Because Bitcoin team and community, where we do Q&A, and we talk about private premium setups that we don't discuss here on YouTube or on X. Now, second link in the description below is to the BB Academy. We spent 6 months curating a masterclass. Everybody on this panel, plus some other people at BB, contributed to it. If you want to expedite your journey towards understanding these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective, the BB Academy is certainly for you. It will save you a lot of time and energy, bad habits, learning the wrong things. You could expedite your journey in a nice, conveniently, perfectly, meticulously crafted Master Academy, BB Academy. Second link in the description below. It will save you a lot of time, ultimately money and energy. Learn the right things from us, help support the brand. Again, that's the second link in the description below. It's very fairly priced right now. Prices are going to be going up very soon, so check that out sooner rather than later. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. I've got a new awesome 30-minute video coming out on Andy. All right, so if you want some TA on Andy, we normally do our Wednesday space for Andy, but I can't do it today. I'm moving, so I made you guys a video instead. So you guys will be able to check that out here very soon. It's about half an hour. Absolutely fantastic. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Like it, subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.